Hi, good morning. Today we are going to discuss about the how to work with the quality center. Working with the quality center. The previous session I explained that introduction to the quality center. Now, as a QA test engineer, what are the activities we do in this quality center? Practically, I will show to you. If you concentrated this quality center, it will give the clear idea about the manual testing process, so that try to concentrate. As I said, that quality center have the two modules. One is quality center administration module. Second one is quality center. The first module which we discussed, quality center administration module, carried out by the QC administrator to create domains, projects, users, and to provide privileges to the users. This kind of activities are done by the QC administrator. After creating users and privileges are provided for the users, then project administrator will give the information to the test engineers to work with the quality center. What is the URL of the quality center? In which domain, which project he has to work? What are the login credentials for him? This information will be given to the test engineers. Then you are going to work in the quality center module. In this module, as a QA tester, we do some activities for a project, like create requirements. For allocated module, which functionalities are there? Based on the hierarchy, parent to child requirements are going to store into the quality center. Based on those requirements, we can design test cases and we can develop automation test scripts. But here, automation test scripts means not the Selenium scripts. Other HP tools like using QTP, we can develop the automation scripts. Using Windrunner, we can develop the automation scripts. Then, in case you have the test cases which are written in Excel sheet, those we can upload into the quality center. That is uploading test cases from Excel sheet to quality center. After that, we can go for the review on test cases using RTM, requirements traceability matrix. Test execution we can do. While execution time, if we got any deviation, then we can log the defects. Then we can go for defect reporting. So if you observe that these are all the activities what we do as a test engineer, all activities we can do in our quality center. That means it is centralizing all our testing activities. There's a reason quality center we can say one stop for testing activities. As a test engineer, what we do in our company as a manual tester, all activities we can do in our quality center. How to access the quality center? Generally, this quality center installed in the company server. So to log into quality center, we need URL. Generally, how the URL is going to be means HTTP server path QC bin. Whatever name is given for the server name it is. Infosys server, like that. This URL will be given to you, and also they will going to provide the user ID, password, project details before going to logging in quality center. For this quality center, username Madhukar QA80, the password QA1234. These all things are going to be created by the QC administrator earlier. So, which domain it is? Travel. Project name is flight reservation. So, this information given. Then we have to go to the QC URL. For this, generally we have to go for the one browser called QC Explorer browser we are going to use. QC Explorer browser we are going to use. Using that, try to open the quality center, then give the login credentials. Select the domain project. Then it will redirect you project homepage in quality center. How this homepage looks like, this is the way it's going to be. So this is QC Explorer browser. So this is the URL I given here. What is that? I given HTTP localhost 8080 QC bin. That means whatever quality center I'm showing to you, this quality center installed in my local system. That's why I given here localhost 8080. Right. After that, you need to give the login username, password. Then when you click on authenticate, if you are existing user and they associated you for any project in the quality center, then by default, when you click on authenticate, you are going to get the domain name and project name. Then click on login. Then you are going to navigate to the project homepage in quality center. How that homepage looks like is like this. So localhost, then this is the section I'm going to get. Here we have the 8 components are there. Once you log in, like this page is going to open my here. These are the 8 components are there. What are the 8 components? Management, requirements, business components, test plan, test resources, test lab, defects, and dashboard. These are the 8 type of components are there. Okay. There are 8 tabs available in left side. You may not see all options when you log in because of your role. So this is quality center which I have, which I'm showing to you, which is installed in my system. So permissions are available. So in the company level, for the tester point of view, this many components are not required. You may not go to see all the components. Okay. Developer also can access quality center. Client also can access based on their role. Some components only are visible in your company quality center. So what are the components of the management requirement, business components, test plan, test resources, test lab, defects, dashboard. Now management. What is the purpose of management? Where we can create the project releases and cycles. Project release dates we can maintain. Cycles of execution information, test cases execution information we can maintain. The requirements, where we are going to create the requirements with functionalities or scenarios. We are going to maintain the requirements component. Then business components, which is used for business process testing. BPT we are going to call. It is one of the HP's framework in QTP to make manual testers and business users involvement in automation testing. That means we don't have any knowledge on automation testing tools like QTP. Still, they can able to execute automation test scripts. Further, we have the BPT, business process testing. Same thing which you have in the Selenium, two type of frameworks. One is keyboard driven framework, other one is Cucumber framework. Even though you don't have the knowledge and automation scripting knowledge, so still you can able to execute your automation test scripts. Already developed means you can able to execute easily. That's the business components purpose. Okay, next one, test plan. So this is the component which is important where we are going to work mainly. So based on the requirements, we have to design the test cases. If automation testing you want to do, you can develop the automation test scripts. Then test resources component, where we can create the automation test resource files. In QTP, we are going to maintain the different resource files, shared repository files. So there is the object repository files, shared repository files are going to call library files, recovery scenarios, test data files. These are the files which you created during the automation testing. Those things we can maintain in test resources component. Then test lab is the place where we can go for the execution of our test cases and automation test scripts. Then defects, where to we can maintain the defects information. We can log the defects into the quality center. Then dashboard, it is for a manager to see all the project status reports. So these are the different components, what type of activities we can do. But by default, a tester may see management, what we can see in the real-time quality center view, management, requirements, test plan, test lab, defects. Dashboard is not visible to you. Business process testing is not visible to you. Test resources also not visible to you. So what we can see here, we can see management, we can see requirements, we can see test plan, test lab, defects. But which components we are going to work mainly as a test engineer? Requirements component we are going to work. I will show this all things, just wait. The test plan, test lab, defects. So as a QA tester, these are the four components where we are going to work. These four components are going to work. Requirements, test plan, test lab, defects. Right. Business components, this one. Test resources, automation, resource based to maintain will be available if there are valid BPT license. BPT license means business process testing purpose. Some license they have to buy additional license for the quality center. Then those are going to be enabled to you. Okay. Now we'll see that how to work with the quality center. So as I said that whenever you want to work with the quality center, so where we are going to get the quality center URL. Okay. So then login credentials will be given. As a QA tester, we work on following components only. The very first one is requirements. What I said, where we can store user requirements. Let me show first how we can open the quality center. I said not IE browser, not the Firefox browser. So to work with the quality center, we have to go for the QC Explorer we have to use. Okay. Now I'm going to open the QC Explorer for the check the date. This is a QC Explorer. Give the URL. So HTTP localhost 8080 QCB. If I want to work with the quality center administration model, I can go for this one. Let's see that. QC administration is there. Here admin can log in and he can create here domains. These are the different kind of domains: banking, finance, insurance, travels. So using create domain, you can create the one domain here. Okay. Now, now healthcare domain I want to create. Like this, they can create. So another, they want to create the project. They can create the project. Create project next. The project name, Axon Hospital. Click on next. So which database they're using, they can select. Click on next. So which user do you want to give the permission as a project administrator? You can select anyone. This is showing the list of users already which are created in our quality center. So one user you can choose as a project administrator. Later also you can assign if you're not assigned here. Okay. Click on next. Click on create. See the domain created, and then they can create the project under the domain. Maybe new testing joined, new developer joined who has to work because quality center can be accessed by the developers, test engineers, client, like this. Now users can be created. Go to site users. Go for the new user. So enter the username, my tester. Click on OK. If they want to go for the password, they can give that QAIT. QAIT I give. Click on OK. Like this. After that, for that project, users need to assign domains. Select the project, go to project users, click on add user button, add from the users list. Already one user we given as a project administrator. Now I want to go for the create my tester. Where is he? First name itself. Select that username, add. So Madhukar QIT also you want to add, you can add like this. Okay, project associated. So like this they can associate here. Now see project means we have the set of tables. One default project if you see, I want to know here how many bugs are there for this project so far identified. They can go to bug table here under that project. See here showing that. So now what is the SQL statement they written? Select star from bug. That means in the table. So all the records are showing here. Now I want to find how many are the not reproducible defects are there. Accordingly, we have to write the SQL statement. Click on execute SQL. We are going to get the corresponding output here. Easily we can track. I want to find so Peter, how many defects identified? Accordingly, we have to write the SQL statement, execute SQL. Easily we can track it is. But this section we have the permission QC administrator, not by you. Okay. Like this activities, once you create a domain project, users providing privileges for the users, he will give the login credentials to you where you have to work. This model you are not going to work. So which area we are going to work? QC, quality center, second model which you have. QC bin I given here. Now I'm going to log in as a QA test. Now I'm showing that as a test engineer, what are the activities we are going to in this quality center module. After enter the URL, then go to the username, password. Password also given here as here 1234. Click on authenticate. If this valid credentials, you're going to give the which domain, which project you are already configured. Now travel flight reservation. Before coming to this, I given one more project also. It shows that Healthcare also. Healthcare, this one. So whichever I have the permissions that it shows to you. Healthcare, hospital. Now I want to work for the so travel, flight reservation, go for log. You are redirect to the project homepage in your quality center. Domain travel, project flight reservation. Username is Madhukar QAIT. Here we have the various components: management, requirements, business component, test plan, test resources, test lab, defects, dashboard. Okay. Now, first component. What is that? Requirements is the first component. What I want to do, we can store here user requirements. Let us assume that I have the application like this. There is the login window is there, flight reservation application. So here I given the agent name as Madhukar, password Mercury for this. Then click on login. For this login window, some requirements are given here. And say with flight reservation application also some requirements are there. So like this, login 1.0, the requirement ID is login. Under that we have some child requirements. 1.1, launching application. 1.2, login operation. 1.3, closing application. 1.4, help functionality. Same way, flight window related scenarios are like this. Flight. In this 2.1, booking a flight. 2.1.1, send fax for a customer. 2.2, update record. 2.3, delete record. Like this, we have the requirements. These requirements I need to store into the quality center requirements components. How we can do that? Select the requirements component. With the hierarchy wise, you have to maintain. Select the requirements component. Set the requirements folder. Right click. First, you create the parent requirements. What are the parent requirements there? We have two. One is login, other one is flight, right? The two parent requirements, login, flight. Then we go for child requirements. So select the requirements folder, right click, new requirement. So requirement type is functional. Select the functional. Requirement name, one is login. Click on OK. Now you want to give the any additional information, you can give it this. Priority, you want to give for the requirement, you can give. So any other description you want to give, you can specify. Submit. See, one requirement is created. Okay, this is a parent requirement. Don't close this window. If you close means again you want to create the parent requirement, again you have to set the requirements folder, then you have to right click new requirement. Already we got the new requirement window here. So I'm going to say here flight. Click on priority also I will give my here. It's also high. So then close it is. The other two parent requirements. Whenever you created the requirement, by default it's saying the status, whether test cases are created or not for these requirements. Not yet created, that's a reason showing that not covered, not covered. Requirement ID 1, 2. Author who created, review status, time. So what is the time now it is for me? 3 o'clock, early morning, 3:30. Okay. So date, which date I'm creating here? My system date is taken. Priority is saying that. Under login, I want to create the some more requirements. Right click, new requirement. Requirement type, functional. Okay. Child requirement. Launching application. Click on submit. Next, another child requirements. Login operation. Submit. Close. Login window. Submit. Help button is there. user manual, submit, then close it is. Same way for flight, right click, new requirement, give the requirement name. So booking a flight ticket, submit, then update order, the tickets you want to update, or you want to delete order. Same way, in this booking a flight ticket also, I need to go for the child requirement. Send fax to customer. Like this, all the requirements we can store for our project. That's the first thing. Okay, the requirements component we can store user requirements. Next thing, that is a scenarios identification. We're going to say like the second one, test plan. It is a important component where we can plan test cases based on the requirements which are there in the requirement component. So what are the other activities we can do? First, you can create the test cases. Then we can develop automation test scripts. If you are the automation tester, so QTP using we can develop. We can upload the test cases from the Excel sheet to quality center. Then preparing RTM. First, I want to show that how to create the manual test cases. Okay, I will go to the test plan component. I will go to test plan component. Then we are going to get here like this. First, you have to create the one folder. Select the subject. Then the first icon which you have here, click on this new folder. Folder name, I am going to give here project name. What is that? May have flight reservation. Okay, flight reservation. Click on OK. Under that, I want to create another subfolder. Right click, or you can go for this. You can go for the new folder again. Here you can say that module name I want to give agent. Under flight reservation, we have the agent module. In this folder, I want to create the test case. Which folder you want to create the test case? Select that folder first, right? Then go for the very first icon is new folder to create. After that, we have the other icon here, new test. Go to new test. So test type it is asking that. So I want to go for manual test case, right? So I can go for the test type is manual. If you want to go for automation QTP, you can go for the QTP. Winrunner means winrunner, like that. So I want to go for the business process. QTP specialized means this one. So manual, I want to go manual. Test name. When I go for test name here, TC001 underscore flight reservation underscore agent module underscore so login underscore GUI user interface test case I want to direct. So I written like this. Click on OK. Now here after test case name, I want to give the test case description. So I can say that what is the purpose of my test case, that we have to say here this test case to verify availability of components, control spelling, and font size. So the steps we need to write, go for the design steps. Design steps you have to go. Now new step, don't write directly here. There is a new step icon, click on this one. Step 1, first step, open flight 4a .exe application. Expect a result. Login window should open with agent name, password, edit boxes. 1 second here, right? So Login window should open with agent name, password, edit boxes. Okay, cancel and help buttons. Cancel and help buttons. Flight image also I'm expecting. So this expected results where we are going to take actually from the requirements. One step is completed. So next step, don't go for OK, go for the new step. Here you can say that. So verify control spelling, font size and style. What is the expectation here? There won't be any spelling mistakes. There won't be any spelling mistakes. So font size and style should be uniform. There are two steps, right? Click on OK, like this. So this way we can write the test cases direct into the quality center. But in real time, directly we are not going to write the test cases into the quality center because major purpose of the quality center to go for the execution, defect tracking purpose, not for the test cases preparation. When more users are taking the quality center to write the test cases, the performance of the quality center reduces. It won't give the quick response because of the poor architecture. Even though it's a Windows based application, internally they maintain the client server architecture, Windows based architecture. So quick responses we are not going to get from the quality center. There is a reason in the real time we are not going to write the test case directly into the quality center. We can write the test case in the Excel sheet. So by following simple steps, we can export the test cases from the Excel sheet to quality center. That's one of the important thing. Okay, now I will show that how to export the test cases from the Excel sheet to quality center. Now here I have the list of test cases which are created already for the login window. These test cases I want to export into the quality center. This is how we can do that. They have the some 6 test cases I prepared here. After writing the test cases, you observe that there is a one column we are going to use here. Expected result, actual result, after that status. After status, so one component is required here to export the test cases. QC path, or we can say subject. In this, what we have to write under this. So we need to specify that in which folder do you want to export your test cases in that quality center. So where I want to export in this agent. Okay, I need to specify hierarchy, flight reservation agent. How do you say this? For every test case, in first step we have to specify it is backslash case sensitivities, flight reservation, then agent. That is the name, right? Folder hierarchy, flight reservation agent. So this one you have to write for every test case, first step. Now test case will only have one step I written. Second test case I have the 3 steps where I can go for here. You can write it. Like this, all the 6 test cases where I want to export. So 3 test cases, third test case, this is the fourth test case. This is fifth test case. Every test case, first step you have to specify. So after that, select all the test cases which you want to export. But first row is not required to export, right? This is only for our understandability purpose. But here you need to remember this one. So there are where we written. Let me select one second. Select all the test cases except the first line. Then you remember, see here, what is the column it is, where I given the subject J. Okay, remember it, J it is. So H it is. Y means we need to map the Excel columns to the your quality center fields. So that means here, previous test case, if I go an example, I have the step, this is the step description under design steps. Step name under design steps. So same with details also we have the description here. Okay. Which information, which column value, which field it has to export. We have to map it is. Okay. So for the purpose, we need to map it. I'm going to use the Excel sheet. Now once you given the QC path, select all the test cases, whichever test case you want to export. But remember here, whenever you want to export the test cases from the Excel sheet to Quality Center, so you should have the Excel add-ins for the Quality Center. That is, a network team has to do that. Add-ins has to be downloaded for your Quality Center. Then only, if you go to the Tools menu, you will get the option called Export to Quality Center. If you're not going to select that one, add-ins are not available. You won't get this one because of that in your system. If you go for workbook, you go for tools, you won't get this option. Export to quality center. Now I am getting means because I have the add-in cities, right? So export to quality center. Now here to export the test case from Excel sheet to quality center, we have 8 steps. 8 steps you have to follow. The first step it is asking that which quality center do you want to connect? Give the quality center URL. Which URL I use it to connect the quality center? Same. This URL I given here. That's the first step. Click on next. Then enter username and password. So Madhukar QAIT user password here. 1234. Click on next. Now which one you want to connect? Healthcare domain or travel? I want to go for travel only. Then project name flight reservation. Click on next. Now what you are exporting? What you are exporting, they're asking that. So requirements are tests or defects. Tests I'm exporting. Click on next. Now type a new map name. Now whatever fields we are going to map, next time I want to export same mapping I want to go miss some name you can give that you have to select. Now previous one we have here. If I go for this one, if I click on next move, by default you are going to get like this. So these are the quality center fields. These are the Excel columns, right? Now I will show it. Type a new map name. So any name you can give. So demo. Click on next. Already existing or for the override as. Now it's asking that map quality center fields to corresponding Microsoft Excel columns. Required fields are marked red. So some fields are marked red. First subject. Click on arrow button. Where it is there in your Excel sheet, J, right? Then test name, where it is there, A. Like this you have to map. So here it is a trial version. Some fields are not there. Priority, test date, like this. In a company they will customize it. Required fields they are going to provide. Then description. Description means here simple description is test care description it is. Where it is there, B. Step name, where it is there, D. Then step description, description design steps. Where it is there, F. Expected result. Here you have to take care. Correct way you have to configure. There is a reason you should have better idea for about test case template. What are the components are there and which column those values are or fields are available. Based on that you have to specify. Okay, subject test. These are the things we are going to map. So click on export. If correctly configure the fields, then it going to says that successfully completed. Finish. Now go to the quality center. Now once you export it, just go for the refresh. See all the test cases. So I selected only 4 test cases, I got the 4 like this. Okay, whichever test cases are, those I can export here like this. So now I want to go for the coverage, requirements coverage. All the requirements are covered down. By default, what is saying? Not covered. Now, how to map these test cases to the requirements? Go to test plan. So here we have the tab called requirements coverage. Go to requirements coverage. Click on select requirement. So you are going to get all the requirements here, which you already stored in the requirements component. Now, first, what is the select the launch application. So now I will go for the test case first. Login. This is related to the this launching application. I will select, click on add. So this test case map to this scenario. Same login with without data. Login operation. Randomly I will going to add like this. We will see that more test case related. For you have to go for that which test this test case for which scenario purpose. Login up. Select this one. Go for the add. Like this I mapped. Now after that go to requirements, just go for the refresh. Previously not covered. Now some test cases are covered, some scenarios. No? Now see that which are covered, it says that no run, not yet executed, but you have some test cases or automation test scripts. But which are not covered, it says that still not covered, not covered. So when you have the hundreds of test scenarios, thousands of test cases, if you done like this, it makes easy to understand which are covered, which are not covered. This is what the traceability, requirements traceability we are going to say. Okay, requirements traceability matrix. Okay, that is the test plan. Okay, so what are the things we done here? We created first folder, then created manual test case, then we uploaded test case from the Excel sheet to quality center. So then we are going to map the test cases to the requirements. Next component here, test lab. In this test lab, where we are going to perform the execution. Okay. In this compo, we create test sets. Then we can go for the test execution. What is test set? Collection of test cases. Which test cases you want to execute. Now go to test lab. First to create the folder. What is the folder name? Any name you can give. So I want to go for the for build to. I want to go for the test sets I want to create. So I give the build to name. Okay. Now test set I want to create for the regression testing purpose. Regression test suite 1. Test suite 1 I want to create. Okay. Now we need to select the test case from the test plan component. So go to the here select test is disabled. You can go for the execution grid. Then it is enabled. Execution grid, if you go select test is enabled to you. So then click on select tests. Now right side are going to get the test plan tree. Expand this folder. So whichever you want to execute, you can go for the select the test case, add into the your test set. Okay, like this. Whichever. So related to the dependency, you can go for the select test case. Now you can go for the execution. My test set, now I have the only 3 test cases. Now I want to execute. First test case I want to execute. Now when I go for first test case I want to execute, there is a run. But here we have 2 options. Run manually, continue manual run. So when to go for run manually, when to go for the continue manual run. Now previous day, that means yesterday you executed one test case. The test case have the 10 steps are there. So yesterday you executed 5 steps, 5 hours passed, but you stopped execution yesterday. Now today you want to continue the same test case execution. Now already 5 steps are executed. From sixth step only I want to continue execution. Then we can go for the continue manual run. Irrespective of the yesterday execution of the steps. Again from the beginning I want to execute. We can go for run manual. Okay. Run manual means irrespective of the previous execution, the test case from the beginning it going to execute. First step onwards going to execute. Now this is the first time I have test cases. I can go for the run manually. I got the manual window saying that date, time, everything is going to captures. So this test case to verify availability of components, control spelling and font size. Click on begin run. What are the first steps in the open flight 4a.txt application? This is the flight 4a.txt application I'm going to open. Okay, now what is the expectation? Login window should open with these are the components. Now observe that those components are available as per expectation. Now what is the status of the step of password? So here the step status you can give password here. Whenever you give the step status of password here, by default control will go to the second step. Now verify control spelling, font size, style, everything is going to be what we said, same way it is uniform, correct everything as per expectation. So it is also password. So 2 steps are there, 5 steps are 5 password here. If it is failed means you have to say failed. Okay. Now end the run. See what is the status given password. Now other test case I want to execute. Click on run. So some test case. What is that? This test case to verify login without data. Okay. Go for the begin run. Enter valid agent name and click on OK. Steps you want to see properly. Enter agent name, click on OK. What is the expectation? Error message. Now I got the error message. Error message displayed. So step status passed. Okay. Now what is the step to enter valid password? Click on OK. Now remove here. Only enter the valid password. Click on OK. What is the expectation error? We're expecting error message. Click on OK. Here also we got the error message. You can say it is. Okay, it is also error message displayed. Right. Now go for the pass. Suppose we didn't get the error message. Then what we have to do? Fail. How to do? If this one you have to choose. Now if you give the pass means control will go to third step. If I go for fail means what happens? You'll see that. Control is not moving. That means any one step is failed. No need to continue the remaining test cases in our current test case. That's what showing that. We're not going to the third step here. So now what I need to do, I need to log the defect into the quality center. So from here itself, we can go for the log the defect. Further, they given the one defect, new defect icon. Click this one. We are going to get the one form here. You can say that summary. Application not providing any error message while performing login operation without agent name. There's a brief description about the defect. Defect detected by based on your login username showing the severity. It will not impact your execution activity. You can go for the low. So reproducible, yes or no? That means you have to check reproducible defect means the defect will occur every time or not without doing any modification. If defect occurs every time without doing any modification, same version of build, that we are going to call reproducible. Some defects, what will happen? Sometimes may occur, sometimes may not going to occur. Those we are going to call not reproducible defects. Okay. So again, check it. Yes, it is reproducible. State subject agent. So status. First time when I are going to report, we have to give the status as new. We have other kind of status also, but first time we are reporting new, we have to give. So reopen we are not going to give. Reopen we are going to give. Yes. Rejected who is going to give? Developers. So developers also, that's what developer also can access. So they can change later once they conduct the triage meeting on the defects. They can able to change the status, priority. This thing they can change. Okay, like this. You want to take the screenshot? That is also possible. There is a so attach snapshot option is there. Click this one. You are going to get the pop-up window where you have the camera icon is there. What is in the drag? Drop on your application window. Which window screenshot has to take? Go for attach screenshot. This is the screenshot is available for better understandability of the defect. Then click on submit. End it. Like this. All the test cases we are going to execute. While execution, whenever you got the defects, you are going to log the defect from that window itself. So whatever you done, where it is going to be there in the defects component. There's a test tab. Next defects. In this component, we log the defects, export the defects, and also report the defects. That means you go to defect. Maybe you're not posted your defect there in the quality center. Go to defects. You can go for new defect. You can add the defects in it. Okay. Already one defect I posted just now showing that. Now I want to save one copy in my local system. Then you can set the test cases. Go to defects menu here. So there is export option. Go to export all. So where I want to save in my system on my desktop one copy I want to maintain like this. We can save. Now I want to report to the our reporting manager. Set the test case. Generally in the company what they are going to this Outlook will be configured to the Outlook also. This quality center is going to be configured to the Outlook. Then defect send by email if you choose. Give their mail ID so that information will be given to whom you need to send reporting manager numbers mail ID will be given to you, so one copy to them, and your lead also you want to send one copy, you can send one copy here, go for send. Like this we can do my here. Okay, next thing, last one, every section consists of analysis menu which has reports and graphs for requirements, test cases, and defects. Now you want to create the reports and graphs based on current status. There's no big work to you. There's analysis menu. Defects if you go analysis menu. So requirements you go analysis menu. Test plan we have analysis menu. Now test lab also we have the analysis menu. Now I want to create the reports. Just what I need to go to the test lab, analysis menu, reports. In required format you can choose current test set status. So reports are going to be created. So save it is. Where these reports are going to be created and saved by default in dashboard it is going to be saved. This is the dashboard. Here it is going to be saved. Execution report. So same way graphs also you want to create. Based requirements based I want to go for the graphs. Coverage to analyze. Analysis graphs. Requirements summary group by priority, group by direct cover status based. Like this, it's very simple graphs you can create how much it is covered. This all things are going to be saved again in your dashboard. See which are failed. So not applicable, no run, not covered, pass. So like graphs are going to be shown to you. So end user point of view, it makes easy to understand. Okay. So this is about the quality center. So I hope you understand quality center. Very simple. Defect report tools are very simple navigation cities. So thank you. Next session, I will go on to release Jira defect tracking tool. Thank you. Bye.